The following has been paid for by the Penn's World Order. Well, that was a WrestleMania that happened. I was expecting a lot going into that show. A lot of other people were too, and a lot of them were disappointed. Everybody else has given out their reviews of WrestleMania. The Raw after Mania has happened. You've heard from the best. Now hear from the rest. 13 matches. We have 14 technically. 14 matches over 2 nights to go through, and a bunch of bitter disappointment. Rising ticket prices, a Hall of Fame that went to 3 a.m., early call times for stand and deliver, and you have a weekend that just went one great big bowl of meh. Well, at least next year we get to do this in New Orleans. Enough teasing this. If you like this, like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. We kick things off on night 1. There's no pre-show stuff because God forbid, we do not need a 3-hour pre-show for WrestleMania. You're not the NFL. Stop it. I'm doing this urinating tree style. I don't care. We start with Jey Uso versus Gunther. How did I know Jey Uso was winning? All you had to do was watch the entrance. Over nearly 10 minutes of Jey serious walking down the ramp. Let's never mind his song is energetic, causing people to go like this all the time. A color guard, cheerleaders, and all you needed was a marching band for this entrance. But Jey had to walk down serious. It is a title match after all. Up next, Gunther came down with a look on his face that knew he was going to lose. Once you know it, that's what happened. The match itself was actually pretty good, going at about 16, 17 minutes, playing up a nice underdog story. Until Jey Uso realized the secret to beating Gunther. You had to beat him with his own moves. Simple power bombs, 3 splashes, a sleeper hold, and that was the match. Jey Uso wins. Big celebration happens. To kick off the night, Jimmy Uso enters the ring and hugs him. I really wish my fantasy booking prediction would have happened. Unfortunately, it didn't. I'm happy for Jey. We'll see where this goes. I hope he doesn't turn into another Damian Priest. Judging by where things going on the next night on Raw, it might not. So, good luck, Jey. And for Gunther, keep killing commoners dead. Thank you. So the next match we had on the docket was New Day versus the Viking Raiders. This was a match that could have been done on an email. This match had no reason to be on WrestleMania whatsoever. I don't care that the WWE tried to gaslight us into believing, oh, this is an intense rivalry. These two teams hate each other. Bull. You had a quickly thrown together rivalry, and you duct tape and chicken wired the hype package to make people believe that this was actually something. Instead, it wasn't. This was a part sponsorship match, and also a match could have done on Raw. You had a TLC tag team ladder match that could have happened this night, but that's scheduled for SmackDown on Friday. Why? Put TLC on the card. Keep the crowd humming after the previous match. But this match did nothing. New Day wins in about 8 minutes and nobody cares. No Big E, no running, no nothing. And to think we could have had a TLC match here. What a waste. Up next was Jade Cargill versus Naomi. And, well, these two ladies got good entrances. I do like Naomi's new entrance. Bunch of police tape, black and gold. Just looks good. It gives a fierce edginess to her. Until you realize who she was facing. Jade Cargill, the new Golden Goose. And she got a grand entrance with a fake weather report because a storm is coming. Lol. These two ladies went out there and were determined. Naomi put over some great moves. Jade Cargill was Jade Cargill. And we actually thought, hey, maybe Naomi comes out of this. No. Jade must be protected at all costs. Jade Cargill wins with the jaded on Naomi. There was some good spots in this match, and God bless these two women for going out there. Maybe they were just doomed with the card that was presented before them. Do we get Jade Cargill in a title match soon? I hope so. This woman needs a Money in the Bank victory this year, and that actually makes too much sense. As for Naomi, back down the card with you, Naomi. We'll see you next year, ladies. Up next was Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. Yeah! And this is what we needed to get everybody going once again. LA Knight coming out in an awesome entrance, showing off the card because it's Las Vegas after all. And Jacob Fatu coming out wearing the cheapest werewolf helmet you could find. Guys, we need a werewolf thing because he's a Samoan werewolf. Where can we go? Does anyone have one? No, we don't. Here's $10. Here's $10. Go to Party City down the road. Okay. That's literally what it looked like. But will anyone remember that? No, because Jacob Fatu is a star. He is rising up the ranks quickly. He is the one that will break out of the new bloodline. Solo Sikoa was there for emotional support there at the entrance, but it wasn't needed. Fatu countered a lot of LA Knight's speed and charisma and all that. And I gotta admit, this is a match where a star was born. Well, not like, you know what I mean. It was a match that showed, yes, Jacob is ready to move up and on. And giving him the U.S. title was the correct answer in this. There was even a really nice moonsault counter into a BFT from LA Knight. Yeah, which looked really great. But as of right now, LA Knight needs to be moved up the card. Get that man in a title situation. Or have that man win Money in the Bank. He does not need the U.S. title. As for Jacob Fatu, meet your new monster champion. Good luck, SmackDown. Up next is El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix. Look, this match had to be the way that it was due to circumstance. I'm not going to crap all over this match too much because I understand Rey Mysterio tore his groin and was out. Rey, booby, listen to me. Rey, look, I know WWE purchased or acquired AAA over the weekend. You're near the end. Can we just have you do that match with Dom, career versus mask, and then just be an ambassador to AAA? It just seems like where everything is going. As for this match, it was what I feared. This wasn't a comedy match. These two played it straight. However, with Rey Fenix, you kind of had to do that. It was just go out there and have a match. There was an impressive spot by El Grande where he did a reverse 550. It looked freaking impressive. Don't ever do it again, because that's scary. But other than that, El Grande won by slipping metal underneath the mask, diving headbutt, and won. Yay. Although if you can go out there and find on social media, there is a really nice video of Penta emotional for his brother having a WrestleMania match. He still keeps his face covered up, though, as a bandana's on and a hat covering his face. Very well done. I know that's a thing, but very well done. Good on Rey Fenix, and they made the best they could with what they got. I'm not going to crap over this match too much. We'll see you later, El Grande. Up next was Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Championship. And boy, this match was hard-hitting. You could tell who was the bigger star. Tiffy is over. It is completely Tiffy time. Complete with Barbie entrance. About a year late for it, but it looks so pretty with that casino entrance. Charlotte Flair came out and basically acted like, I'm Charlotte Flair, damn it. And that just wasn't enough. Tiffany showed why she is the future, winning with the prettiest moonsault, countering Flair's chops, and trying to get in submissions of her own. With Tiffy, it's indeed time to move on. There are going to be women coming up from NXT soon, and now is the time you get in on this. If you're Charlotte Flair, what do you do at this point? The changing of the guard has happened. The era of Charlotte and Becky is over. It's absolutely 100% over. These women are not relevant anymore whatsoever. And I'm sure that comment's not going to come back to bite me whatsoever. Tiffany wins and move on. So to the main event we go. It's main event o'clock, everyone. Seth Rollins took on CM Punk and Roman Reigns in a triple threat match for the soul of Paul Heyman. I said in my predictions that this match needed more, and silly me for not recognizing it. Paul Heyman was at stake. That's exactly what it was. These three men went out there and had the best match of not only the goddamn night, but the best match of the entire weekend. 45 minutes of hard-hitting, swerving, storytelling drama. It was beautiful. It was intense. There was countering. There was this upon that and the other. I came home because I had a hockey match that night to catch the last 5 minutes of the match, And that's all I needed to see. Paul Heyman needed to decide, threw the chair to Punk, and getting ready to clock Roman Reigns. Why is Paul Heyman in the ring with him? Boom! Low blow right. He is truly a dick to the CM Punks. And then he hands the chair to Roman. I love you, my tribal chief. Here, take the chair. And Roman takes it. Of course I love you. Oh, look, there's a Seth Rollins who's going, ha ha, I'm hurting, ha ha. He grabs the chair, hoists it over his head. Why is Paul Heyman standing behind him? And boom! Nails him and gives a nice little right there. You had to see it. And down goes Roman, stomped by Seth Rollins, and I was completely wrong. Seth Rollins won, and we now have a new terror, a new Seth Rollins that's going to be made into this. Paul Heyman has made his choice. He's left CM Punk and Roman Reigns in the dust. And if what I saw in Raw after Mania means everything, Evolution 2.0 is being made. Braun Breaker is now the next Paul Heyman guy. Paul Heyman also went on a Scorched Earth tour on the Pat McAfee show the next day. Seems like a lot of damage control was being done by the WWE this weekend. I wonder why. So, let's keep this going. We go tonight, dos. That's French. As it was night 2 of WrestleMania back at Allegiant Stadium. Oh boy. And the match that kicked off that night was, of course, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Nice big entrances for all three women. Bianca had a bunch of dancers up there. Her stepdaughter, Ford's daughter, was out there with her. It was beautiful. It looked great. It was really nice. There was jump roping in the entrance. I don't know why, but it looked good. Rhea came out. No band to play her out this year, but she still looked menacing. The dark goddess of all of our hearts made her presence felt, and then out came Io Sky. Gee, I wonder who's winning this match. No, I was wrong. These three women out there went out and had a really good match. Hard-hitting and intense. Bianca and Rhea kept fighting each other. Io Sky kept saying, I'm here, damn it. Kicks, punch, flips. The power moves of Rhea. The creativeness of Bianca, which, by the way, Bianca's getting booed a lot. Gee, the female John Cena getting booed? Who would have thought of that? She's getting booed a lot, and we go to the finishing sequence. Countered Riptide on Rhea. KOD onto Rhea, and really nice job, Belair. While you're holding Rhea down, you just go, and oh, that doesn't mean anything. Moonsault from Io on Bianca. 1, 2, 3 as Io Sky wins. And again, I swung and missed a lot on this match. I thought it was either Bianca or Rhea. So you keep the belt on Io, and we're going to see where we go from here. It was a really nice picture with Io and her aunt taking in some of the gardens in beautiful kimonos out on social media. Great job by Io. And judging where we're going, after this, there's a lot of women being called up from NXT. Looks like the women's roster is going to get reloaded. We'll see. Up next was Big Daddy Drew McIntyre taking on Damian Priest in a Sin City street fight. Of course, insert city here, add street fight, and you know what that means? Magic. These two went out there, were given 18 minutes, and beat the tar out of each other. The guitarist from Slayer brought Damian Priest out. Drew McIntyre dressed up in some sort of gear, and these guys just beat the hell out of each other, and I loved it. I wish I could have been there to see Drew's victory, but Drew just went after Priest, who didn't get a lot of offense in this. I mean, a couple of big moves here and there, but this was all Drew, including so much so he did the selfie bored at work meme again. God, I love Drew McIntyre, who just put Priest through 2 tables, Claymore to the chair, to the throat in the corner, pins him. 1, 2, 3. Nice selling by Priest, who was like, can't breathe. Actually pulled the ref over, said he had trouble breathing. Work shoot? Who knows? Drew wins, and we'll see where we go from here. I think Priest is going to get moved back down the card, and Drew will see where he goes up next. So speaking of up next was the Fatal 4-Way match for the IC title, as it was Braun Breaker versus Dom versus Finn Balor and Penta. This match was just fantastic between these four. Dom and Finn being devious little you-know-whats. Penta doing acrobatic moves, and then Braun Breaker murdering your heroes dead. I did love Braun Breaker's gear. Half of Scott Steiner's 90s attire and half of his dad's attire on his tights. I love how he leans into the history of his uncle and his dad's tag team. It is fantastic to see. But Braun, he's not human, man. He's not human. This man is a human missile. This man murders people. It is insane what this guy can do. But it was not about him this night. It wasn't about Penta either, who did take a good bump here and there. No, this was about Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. The feud must continue. The Judgment Day must implode. And how did we get that? Dom doing a frog splash onto Balor and pins him. Braun doesn't eat the pin. Dom pins Finn Balor, new IC champion, and Dom is already acting like a prick. Went right on to a radio interview and he goes, I'm going to carry on the legacy of this belt. You've only had it for 5 minutes. 6. No, I'm pretty sure it's 5. Steiner math, bro. So when are you going to defend the belt next there, Dom? What? When are you going to defend the belt? Whenever I feel like it. These are really good chicken tenders. My God, he's such an insufferable prick. God, he's so good at what he does. So we'll see where that goes. What happened on Raw with this? Finn Balor just shook off what Dom did. You know, JD McDonough came back and it was just, hey man, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You're the champ. What was the point? Anyway, this night too is going really well. Boy, I'm really glad this is going well. Out comes Randy Orton. Who's he gonna face? Ooh, the speculation is abound. Who's it going to be? Who's gonna be the guy? We look down the entrance ramp. The door opens and say his name and he appears? It's Joe Hendry! It's Joe Hendry! Yes! Joe Hendry's at WrestleMania! And they're singing his song! They love him in Scotland, America, and Mexico, and 60,000 saying that they believed in Joe Hendry. God bless that man. And what happened? A 4-minute match. Yeah, Randy won. But you know what? I'm not going to get all butthurt about this like others have. Joe didn't have a problem with it. This was an initiation. Randy gave him his blessing. Others in the back said, great job, man. And this means he's in. Things are only going to get better for Joe Hendry. He got squashed in NXT in a battle royale about a year ago. Now look at him. There's great things for Joe Hendry in the future. Absolutely. I don't care. It was great to see him on. Next. So again, this night's going really good. Things are going really well. I can't wait to see what's next. Oh, God, it's Logan Paul. Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. And this entire match brought the night to a grinding halt. Look, Logan Paul is disgustingly good at what he does. And yeah, we don't have peak AJ anymore. But why did these guys wrestle like they were in mud? AJ, Bubby, it's done. I hate to say this, Alan. I hate to say this, but you're done. You absolutely are. Logan Paul did his usual prick things, round his prime bottle, put a drone on a camera. One of his buddies came out to give him a brass knucks before he stopped by Karrion Kross. Okay, I'm listening. Kross decks him, takes out the brass knucks, and hands it to AJ and says, do it. Do it for the boys. Do it. So what does AJ do? Oh, he just knocks down Karrion Kross. I don't need it. When, oh look, I walk into a pulverizer. 1, 2, 3. AJ loses. Logan Paul wins. Lol. Boy, this was a match that really brought the house down, and not in a good way. All right, let's see what can recover this. Next, Up next was, well, speaking of what happened after this, Karrion Kross just went out there and did a work shoot um, interview on, God, I forget whose podcast it was. Just went on there and just did 3 minutes of tearing the house down. And then on Raw, he's gleaming at the New Day being tag champions, as if the man knew it all along. So let's just go into the next match, as it's the women's tag match between Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, your champions, taking on Lyra Valkyria and a mystery opponent. Gee, I wonder who it could be. Is it, oh look, it's Becky Lynch. Okay, I popped when it was her. More so because I was right. We all were. Out comes Becky. She looks like a mother. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but yeah, there's a vast difference than you could tell a couple of years ago, or even in 2019. They are correct. Parenthood changes you. So she comes out there, good day, how you doing, Lyra? And just goes out there and proceeds to win the match. Of course, Becky gets the manhandle slamming, tries to disarm her on Liv. Oh, look, Liv was the last woman that beat her at King of the Ring, and they win. Oh, it's such a great moment. Lyra's so happy. It's so great. Yeah, Becky just walked in and got a title shot and pushed Becky aside. Oh, the IWC was furious about this. Didn't really help out the next night on Raw when they lost the frickin' belts. Went right back to Liv. So what happened? Oh, Becky attacks Lyra and now turned heel. Why couldn't you have done this at the show? Why? Why not? The 24-hour title screws up everything and helps out no one. This heel turn could have been done at Mania. Oh, well, that doesn't make sense if they lose. Who cares? The card where it was going at this point needed a jolt, needed a pick-me-up. But instead, yeah. I mean, Lyra and Becky won. Good for them. All right, let's just go to the main event, as it's main event o'clock, you bastards. As it's John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And oh, the entrances for this. John Cena coming out. No fanfare for John at Mania. Just a black screen with John Cena in white acrylic plain font. There at the entrance, on the LED ramp, around the rings. And he just walks out, stone-faced, almost annoyed. Holds his little towel thing up and just walks down. Wow. Compared to the entrances and everything else that John does, no running to the ring, no pomp, no nothing. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Heads into the ring, and then Cody Rhodes. All the entrance this guy had. He had bikers, and he had pyro, and he rises up from the ring in his skull mask, which automatically flipped up like Iron Man, and comes down. After hearing Kingdom at least 5 times the weekend I was at WrestleMania, I still know the song by heart. But he walks down. The ring introductions were made. It was great. And then the match happened. Look, I'm not going to crap on that John wrestled a slower heel style of match. That's what Hulk Hogan did. When he turned into the NWO, it was punch, kick, babyface gets some offense, roll out of the ring. Stall, get back in the ring. I poke, roll out of the ring. It's heel tactics to stall and walk and get some offense in. John did a slower version of his usual style. He played it up well. Cody bumped like a madman, and bless him. But this match struggled to get going. It got into its second gear a little bit, and then we had a slingshot into a ref bump. There's an exposed turnbuckle. Okay, what's going to happen? And what the hell is Travis Scott doing here? Who the hell played Travis Scott's music? Oh, well, he's the theme of WrestleMania. Do I look like I care? And out comes Travis Scott, who takes his sweet bippy time getting to the ring. We have after parties to get to, Travis. We have after parties. Come on. Just goes to the ring, starts trash talking, gets on there with Cody, keeps trash talking, blah, 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 something. John gets knocked down. Travis Scott gets dragged into the ring. Crossroads to Travis Scott. There's your receipt for Elimination Chamber. John picks up the belt, gonna hit Cody with it, but oh no. Cody's too smart for that. Just grabs the belt and starts wrestling it away with him, and he's gonna hit John Cena. And John's like, no, please, no, don't do it, please. And I do like what the announcer said. When the time came, Cody was gonna have to make a choice. And yeah, that kind of played into it. Cody couldn't do it. Kick to the balls. Yeah. Boot to the balls. Yeah. Just falls down. Belt shot. And Travis Scott slowly picks the ref up, tosses him into the ring. 1, 2. Cody's going to kick out. And what? That's it. John Cena wins at 17 minutes. That's it? That's it? That's your match? 17 minutes with heel shenanigans? That's it? No Rock? No one to help Cody? Not that he was really going to get anyone, but no drama? No third gear? No sound? No music? This was a main event that should have been on, that had the trappings of like a Backlash, of a beef show, Bad Blood, whatever. You know what I mean. This did not feel like a WrestleMania match. Nowhere near. And whoever booked this was a great big swing and a miss. John won the championship, and okay, all right, something else is going to happen. The Rock said he was in Hawaii, but we've been fooled before. Okay, Rock, come on down. Something happened. They're fading away. The copyright logo's up. Something happened. Come on. And we fade to black. That's it. Commentators putting over how great John Cena is because he won his 17th belt. John puts the belt on backwards and just walks up the ramp. That's it. Boo, hiss, fart. Terrible. It was a main event. It was, but it wasn't a WrestleMania main event. And I think that's where a lot of people were pissed. So much time and energy were put into this. You told us that The Rock was the godfather of all this. He was the architect of it, not that architect. He was going to show up. Him and John Cena are this evil team and blah, blah, blah. And instead we get 18 minutes of slow John Cena and Cody trying as hell. This match never got out of a third gear. You were expecting more and you didn't get it. Oh, it was purposely done to be that bad. Then why here? Make it WrestleMania bad. This isn't WrestleMania bad. This is just bad. What is it with Vegas's and WrestleManias? The following night on Raw, things got a little bit cleared up as John put a number up of his dates that he's got left. That's down to 30 as like a countdown doomsday clock claiming he's going to reset pro wrestling, blah, blah, blah. In comes Randy Orton, RKO, and we get the rivalry one more time of Randy versus John Cena. Well, that's what you get for Backlash being in St. Louis. So overall, the match, the WrestleMania 41 was fine. If I had to give it a letter grade like Wrestling with Regret, I'd give it a B. There was good. When the good was good, it was pretty good. When the bad was bad, it was bad. There was a lot of meh. There were some questionable choices throughout the entire night. And yeah, it's going to be really hard to live up to WrestleMania 40. But no one was asking you to put on WrestleMania 40. But no one was asking you to put on a meh mania. Oh well. Guess that means we'll see everyone next year in New Orleans. And thank you to everyone who watched this video. And like and subscribe. Maybe I'll do another one for Backlash or once we get to King of the Ring. Who knows? We'll see. But thank you so much, everyone. Catch you next time.